As it turns out, I'm going through an extended period of desolation and have been advised continually by my spiritual director to soldier on. He tells me that I need to move on from expecting to feel sensory or earthly consolation and be prepared to find and to experience God's presence in the nothingness. Nada, 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 St. John of the Cross wrote. In the dark night of the soul, St. John says, God acts in the nothingness, in the emptiness. In response, I said to my spiritual director, if God doesn't want me to have any sensory experience of his presence, how will I know that he's working in me through the Holy Spirit? The reason I'm telling you this is because of a glaring omission in the account of Mary's conception of Jesus. In Luke's Gospel, just after the angel Gabriel told Mary that the Holy Spirit would come upon her, Mary responds, "Behold, I'm the handmaid of the Lord, let it be to me according to your word." The angel then departed from her. Immediately Mary sets off in service to help her old cousin Elizabeth, who is 6 months pregnant. There is no description of the actual coming down of the Holy Spirit on Mary and her response, if in fact she had a response of the senses. It is not until Elizabeth exclaims through the intervention of the Holy Spirit that Mary is declared pregnant, that Mary responds with joy, proclaiming the Magnificat. Is it possible Mary had no sensory experience of the Holy Spirit coming down upon her and Jesus being conceived in her womb? The answer is probably yes. Of the Spirit, Jesus says, "The wind blows where it wills, and you hear the sound of it, but you do not know whence it comes or whither it goes. So it is with everyone who is born of the Spirit." Think of all the baptisms you've attended. Have you seen or heard anything? What about the bread and wine changing into the body and blood of Christ at Mass? What can we learn from this? When we say yes to God, we can't expect fireworks and fanfare. In fact, there may be nothing, or even worse than that, emptiness, like Mother Teresa felt for decades after she responded to the call within a call. So, how then do we know when the Holy Spirit is actually acting within us? Probably like Mother Teresa, though we may feel nothing, it will be visible to others in our lives, in our continued fidelity to our promises, in continuing to love when we feel we have nothing more to give, in continuing to say yes when our whole body is screaming out no.